You can start accepting.
Okay.
Hello everyone, welcome all. Wishing everyone 73rd Republic Day. Well, today I would like to tell something about the initiative which Indo-Japan Business Council has taken. Yes, it's an initiative which we are going to launch a Japanese bilingual directory. Before that, I would also like to know the people that the year 2022 marks the 70th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between India and Japan. And to celebrate this momentous year, the Indo-Japan Business Council has decided to host a series of events. For more details, please visit our official website www.ijbc.org. Let us work together to forge a vibrant India-Japan relationship for future generation. With this, I would like to start my show and would like to welcome my today's guest, Mr. Siddharth Deshmukh. Well, Mr. Siddharth Deshmukh is a co-founder and president of Indo-Japan Business Council, established in 2011. IJBC is a bilateral chamber synergizing India-Japan engagement in business, trade, commerce, education, and culture. He is also the founder and CEO of Shimbi Labs, a service and product company established in 2005, targeting Japan as a primary market. His relationship with Japan started way back when he was in school and had several Japanese pen friends. Later, he visited Japan in 2000, lived there for a few years, and established Shimbi Labs. And today, he is going to talk about IJBC Bilingual Expert Directory, which is his initiative to strengthen India-Japan relations by creating jobs. Welcome, Mr. Siddharth Deshmukh.
Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here today.
Along with Mr. Siddharth Deshmukh, I would also like to welcome Ms. Dhanashree Sant Pandey. She is the director of the Lingo, Japanese language interpretation and coordination, and she is also executive secretary to IJBC. Welcome, Ms. Dhanashree.
Thanks, Shifali. Thanks a lot.
Before moving with my guest, I would also like to tell the people who are joining us through Zoom, please post your messages, your comments, your questions in chat box. We'll definitely take to answer that. Along with that, who all are joining us through YouTube Live, please drop your comments on chat box. We'll take care from there. So, Mr. Siddharth Deshmukh, once again, welcome to In Conversation with me, I can say. Because this is not going to be a fireside session, but definitely there will be a lot of questions for you from me and from Dhanashree as well, because she is my co-host today, and from a Japanese language expert perspective, she is going to ask a lot of questions from you. So
Thank you, Shefali, and thank you, Dhanashree, to having me here. And also wish everyone a very happy Republic Day. Today is a special day at IJBC as well as for India and overall India-Japan relationship, where we are celebrating the momentous 70th anniversary of India-Japan relationship. Thank you so much.
So, Mr. Deshmukh, what is all about IJBC Bilingual Directory?
Yeah, so that's a question that we are going to answer today. What is what is IJBC Bilingual Expert Directory? So we all know that Japan is by far the very strongest country to stick to their language, and the majority of our population speak Japanese. So it means when they have to communicate with anyone, either they may have to learn English or they may have to depend on the translators or interpreters to communicate. And same is for the outside world. So the language experts who are bilingual, who knows the Japanese as well as one of the Indian language or multiple of Indian languages, they play the key role to bridge these two nations. We always talk about how to bring these two nations together, but we cannot ignore the efforts of these bilingual experts, So when we are celebrating the 70th anniversary of India-Japan diplomatic relationship, it's essential for us to do something for these bilingual experts. What is today scenario is that if any organization or any company or any individual want help from any bilingual expert, or we wish to hire these experts, they are scattered everywhere. Mostly it works to references, or a lot of effort need to be put to find these people. And then when you find them, sometimes they are language expert, but they are not domain expert, or vice versa, or somebody is interested in translation, somebody is interested in interpretation, somebody is not a professional translator interpreter, but they are a bridge engineers or many other professions, but they know the language. How do you find these people? It's a lot of work. Anybody, in my knowledge, I don't think there is any effort done in this regards. Of course, there are bilingual expert agencies and directories, but they are not stick to this only India and Japan. So as a Indo-Japan Business Council, which promotes the trade, commerce, and business between these two countries, it is our responsibility to try to solve this solution. So we thought, why don't we create a directory, online directory, where we invite all the bilingual experts to come and register, verify themselves, put up their information in details, and then we open up this to the industry, where then industry, whenever we want to hire them, can come to this directory and get the right resources. So that is all about bilingual directory.
Sorry. So when this thought came to your mind that there should be a directory sort of thing?
This thought is in my mind since long. As you know, I also run an IT company since 2005. Before that, I was living in Japan. And then I realized that if you really want to have a right person with you, then you need a proper trustable resource where you can search them and talk to them professionally. So it was difficult, and it is even now difficult when you want to get a bilingual resource. If I say specifically, like, okay, I'm from IT background, so I say specifically I need somebody who knows a Python, but specifically worked in an industry, say financial industry, with a 5 years experience in development, but I need him to be bilingual. Where should I search? Where should I get that person quickly? It's a problematic. If I say, okay, I'm opening a Japanese restaurant here, and I want my Japanese guest coming in to get that feeling of home, so I need at least the floor the restaurant manager to be able to speak sometime Japanese. Where should I find? Because I need him to know, so have some kind of hotel management information, as well as some sort of a Japanese language expertise. So that's a real problem to solve. So this idea was since long in my mind. It just that now I got opportunity, and I thought maybe that now is the right time to do it.
So is there any specific requirement to get registered in that directory?
You should know the Japanese. That's the minimum this thing, and you should have that clear mind that you are going to be bilingual expert. Doesn't mean that you need to be translator or interpreter. You can be an engineer, you can be some other professional, accountant, or anybody. So, but who knows the Japanese language? I know that if I'm Indian, at least 2 to 3 languages I know by default. But I should know the Japanese language also.
Is there requirement for like some people learn Japanese language just out of passion because they love Japan or country or their culture, but they don't opt for going for certification or degree or diploma. They just learn the Japanese language. Are they also eligible for that?
Yes, they are very much eligible. They should write it passionately, and when somebody come to them, they should able to prove that, because languages are not about the certification only. Language is about proficiency. You have a certificate but you don't have a practical proficiency, is of no use. you don't have a certificate, but you have all the practical proficiency, probably you have chances. So I don't think anybody should feel deterred if they don't have a certificate. I don't think so.
So I think Dhanashri is a great person to question some from here, because she's a language expert. She knows better than me, and she can ask from Japanese language community perspective. So over to you, Dhanashri.
Thank you, Shefali. Thanks a lot. Uh, and happy Republic Day to everyone. Uh, Mr. Siddharth, I would like to know, as you said, anybody who knows the Japanese, but as we have some classification, even for a translator or an interpreter, we need some language-based certifications. So, can we say that around N3 or N3 and above student can register this directory, or those who are student still in learning base, those are also can register?
See, it's not IJBC's job to determine who is eligible or not. We know only thing that you know the Japanese and you want to do something about it. You want to get a job or you want to start business. So be that way. What is there is that you can always come back to your profile and update it.
Okay.
It is the hiring agency or a company or organization to decide what should be the minimum qualification.
Right.
Not us. What we are providing you the columns to fill. What is your current qualification? What do you have any certification? So that is going to create a filter when a potential employer want to hire you, right?
Right.
So they will apply those filters. But no, and you say, for example, I just started learning Japanese. I don't have maybe so-called N5 even. But when I pass the N5, I can again come back to my profile, update it. That now that I have this certificate and I upload it. It's a same like, you go to any recruitment websites and you constantly update your profile, not only profile, but you constantly update your experience, your latest achievements, certifications. So that is going to build your profile. So what we are going to do is that over the period of a time, we are going to give one page for each registered member as a profile page. So it's your page. If you should keep it updated. No, I can.
Page is concerned. I would like to know: do we need to subscribe it, or how long it will be valid for, like, after registration?
So far, there is no subscription fee.
Okay.
How long you are valid in database? As long as we think you are updating it, you are keeping it there. If somebody contact you, they should able to connect with you. We should able to verify you. If we found there is a dead record, there is no movement on that record, and your numbers are wrong, your emails are wrong, you're not responding, that means probably you're not interested. So, or probably that record is just somebody filled but later on never updated, so we will remove it. So but there is no expiry date as such for a valid and updated records.
So those who want to get registered from now, how the registration process is, or how is there any date to decide, like, when the registration starts, or till?
No, the registration is already on. This is something that we are talking more exclusively because many people were asking the questions. So we thought maybe we should take opportunity to answer all the questions. Registration is already started. You can go to ijbc.org and you'll find out the bilingual directory page. We go there and register yourself. I think already we have 200 plus candidates who already registered there. Yeah.
Okay. So is there any end date, or
There is no
for
end date.
registration? No.
There is no end date. This
Okay.
is no competition. This is no hiring drive. We are not a recruitment company, so please feel free when you think you are ready. You should come and register yourself. Uh, but yeah, I can say that this directory will be open to the industry from the 1st of April. So it is now is a
Okay.
good time that you visit there, keep your profile updated. If you face any problem, connect with us. If you have any ideas, stay in touch with us, because we are building it, we are making it better, and before 1st April it will be fully ready.
Right. Thank you. So as you said that it will be open for industries from first of April.
Right.
So is this directory also open for agencies or academies who are teaching Japanese or
Yes,
freelancers?
those who are hiring, for them this directory is open. Other way
Okay.
also, if agency or school also want to register, they can also register as an agency and as a school in this directory.
Okay.
So we
So
have a
how they
special
will get?
categories for these two people also. That okay, I am a translation agency, you can still register there. I am a school who teaches the language, you can still
Mhm.
register. So that's, for example, if somebody want to learn Japanese and they're looking for Japanese schools, so we
Right.
have that separate directory. If some company don't want to hire individual or a freelancer, but they want to outsource job to some agency, so we have agency as a category, so they can go to the potential agency also. So here we are not fighting or competing, we are making an ecosystem where everybody coexist.
Okay, okay. So, whenever let's say I have logged in as a freelancer or as an independent agency, how I will get an information? Like, will I be able to see only a student page or industrial area as well?
No, when you log in, it is for your profile to update,
Okay,
right? So because you are on a supply side,
right,
right? You are the person who want to get hired, so it is you log in, then you make, if you log in as an individual, you update your own profile, your own experiences, your own certification. If you log in as a school, you can update your address, you can update your offerings and so on, and same for the agency. So that you create your profile page very attractive, so somebody who wish to hire you can come and pick up you.
right, right. Thank you. So, would like to know more about the teacher side, teacher's point of view, how teacher will get help from this directory database,
So there
because
is a
those who are
category.
already
Yeah.
learned Japanese learned students will be there, or
Right.
those who are learning already. So from teacher's perspective, how it will be beneficial?
Very interesting that there are teachers who teach as a freelancers,
Mhm.
individual, and there are teachers who looks for a school.
Right.
Now, in both case, teacher is saying hire me, right? If they are freelance teachers, they are attracting the students saying that hire me as your teacher. If you want school to hire you, you are creating your CV, right? So in both cases, as a teacher also, again, what you do is that, okay, this is where I learned the Japanese, this is what my credentials are, this is my teaching experiences, and so on and so forth. So you present yourself to, and you maybe you can mention that I am not a freelance teacher, I'm looking for a job. Or okay, I am a freelance teacher, I'm not looking for a job, I'm looking for a student, right?
Right.
So that way it will work for a teacher.
Okay. So as you said that we can post or we can share. So is there kind of like we have to post every time, or like we are looking for, or like how it will work?
No, can you repeat again?
Sorry. So my question was like, as you have mentioned earlier, that we will have to post our update
Yeah,
in the profile. So
right.
it will be like posting like a LinkedIn kind of thing, or just updating your profile, and the industrial area can
Yeah,
see the
it's about
updation.
updating your profile, and maybe we may have a feature there that's saying that right now I'm looking for a job. So people know that you are actively looking for a job right now. So both way it works, right? You are looking for actively job or you are looking for passively job. So both way it works. Yeah.
So there's a one question from my side, like if I update my profile, but on the other hand, someone wants to hire me. So how they will connect with us? Like it will, they have to connect with IJBC, or they can go to the site and can get the references from there.
Very, very good question. When it will be open for the industry and businesses, they will go to the portal, they will apply their filters and they will search. And they get the results, then they directly contact to candidates. IJBC is not a recruit agency. Once again, I want to make it very clear. IJBC is not a recruiting agency. We are an industrial association. We are facilitating this platform to entire ecosystem so that they can get benefit of it. We are not going to give you any job, or nor we are going to play as an agent for anybody. So like I want to hire somebody today, I go to LinkedIn or some other portal and search by myself, right? But that search is too scattered, specifically for the bilingual expert, especially for the English-Japanese pair. We are not making this bilingual expert for all languages. We are trying to make it very niche so that here, people who are gathering here, they get all benefit of it. It's going to be niche, only Japanese and the Indian language. I'm not saying Japanese English, because somebody is like Japanese Tamil, somebody is Japanese Marathi, somebody is doing Japanese Hindi or whatever. So Japanese and Indian language. And this will be initially open only for the Indian translators. Maybe later on, it might be open for the translators from Japan. But we are not opening this from outside also. Not because we are Indo-Japan Business Council, so we are going to stick to that.
Right. In that, I have one question in my mind. As you have mentioned, we have this directory for only Indian people, but only Indian people from India or throughout the world, wherever they are?
Throughout the world, wherever they are, but that call we will take a little bit later on. Right now, we will stick to the people living in India. As we grow, we will expand there. We are not against anybody, but what we want to do is that try to focus to give a chance to this whole lot of population who is learning Japanese here, in a hope to bridge these two countries together.
Right. So it will be from all aspects, like from students, from teachers, from industrial area as well, or just for students only?
For all.
Okay.
Initially for all. The scope may expand later on, but as you know, if I'm an agency and I'm putting up this thing, so somebody from, say, for example, from Japan want to give job to that agency, they are free to give. We are not saying that somebody from outside cannot search.
Okay.
We are not saying that. We are saying is that the registration is right now for Indians.
Right.
Search is globally. You have a huge lot of exposure. If tomorrow, like an American company want to do business with Japan and they want to hire some bilingual expert, they may come to this site, they may search and they may find the right candidate for that. If they think the native Japanese is not required, they can do with Indian translator. So may that be so. Then there is no problem.
Right. So as for now, only Indian can access this directory.
Only Indian can register
this.
Access anybody. For industry side, anybody can access, anybody can hire. But as an expert, language expert, only Indians.
Only Indians.
Yes.
Okay. And how about the skilled laborers who are having knowledge of Japanese language?
Absolutely, they are welcome. You have a category there, and if you don't fit into any category, just say other and specify who you are.
Okay. Okay, understood. There are some questions in chat box as well. So let's take those. The first question is from Kavita. Miss Kavita is asking, how do we edit our profile?
How do you edit your profile? I think right now there is some sort of restriction because we are working on it. But maybe you get a login and username and password. You have to enter that, and then you can go and edit your profile. So I think that is now also available. But if there are certain restrictions, be assured we are constantly technically working on it, and it will be available and communicated to you time to time.
Okay. Then the next question is from Preet. How can I apply to this directory? Where is the directory saved?
So I already informed this. Please go to the website www.ijbc.org, and you will find that the tab or banner or whatever. Click on that for a bilingual directory. Go to the page, read carefully everything, and register yourself.
Thank you. There is one more question from Manik Chaudhary. Good evening, everyone. I'm undergraduate student and would be completing my degree in 2024. As by hobby, I'm learning Japanese simultaneously, learning JLPT N3 past N5 and N4. So would there be any exposure for me after completing my degree in commerce and completing professional course in accounting?
That's why we are creating this directory, that you should get an exposure. But directory is not only place. You can get exposure at many places. So like as you are graduating from your school, maybe in your school also there may be many employment opportunities available to you, and I'm sure on your own also you will be able to submit your resume to many people. If you're asking me, you are commerce graduate and then doing a Japanese. So let me tell you, it's not about which graduations you are doing. Japanese language experts are in highly demand. Only problem is that, are you proficient? I mean, language cannot be like I clear the certificate. It's about can you read and can you speak? If yes, then you have lot many opportunities, that I can assure you for sure.
So just for out of curiosity, there's one thing I would like to know. Like some people, as I said earlier, and you just have mentioned that people learn out of curiosity and out of passion towards the Japanese language. If they register themselves there, obviously there will be opportunity for them. But sometimes it happens that if we hire a proper freelancer or the agency for translation or interpretation or any sort of work, there's a always we have the credibility that it will be translated very well or there will be no error in that. But in that case, when person is not certified like JLPT or any other certification or not having any diploma, but they know the very good Japanese language, will there be any issue with them, or how the credibility will be checked?
See, it's a problem of industry mindset. Probably IJBC cannot change that so urgently or so quickly. If people who are hiring you believes in certificate, then we cannot say anything. There are many companies, including mine, that we don't much give attention to certificate, but that is not because we don't believe in certificate, or that is not a statement that I want to make that you should not take the certification. Best is that you should look at what industry is looking for. If you are already good at language, then just maybe you can quickly take a certification. JLPT happens twice in a year, and you can directly jump to any level. There is nothing like you have to do previous level or something. in my knowledge. If I'm wrong, maybe you can correct it, but as far as I think they also encourage people to take a test and prove your capability, because you don't need to go to school. You can take JLPT certification without going to school also. um, that is one thing. Another thing is that it might be possible that in future IJBC may come up with a certification, right? It might be valid for both those who are having the certificate like JLPT certificate or some other certificate. Our certification is more might focus more on the practical knowledge of a language, and whatever you are claiming, that we will try to assess that, and we will say they are certified by IJBC, and we verified that whatever they are claiming, it is correct to our knowledge. So that's a long-term plan. I cannot say it is going to happen immediately, but yeah, it might be possible that in future there may be something like certified by IJBC, and maybe it will help.
Sure, I'm sure it's going to help a lot of people. Uh, okay, so certification won't be a criteria for that. Anyone can obviously register in that, but some people would definitely step back in registering because of privacy issue. It happens. So what is the privacy commitment on that part from
See, this
IJBC's part?
database, when you are, first thing is that there is when we publish this, we are going to not directly expose your telephone numbers or email address or your physical address. That will be not exposed directly on a portal to anybody. Maybe they will, if somebody want to get in touch with you, initially they may have to go through not us, but go through system. Not like they contact us and some human being out here will then connect you, but through system, maybe form or some sort of thing where directly this kind of information is not exposed on the portal. That is number one. Number two, this database is secured with us. With this database will be never sold to anybody, never shared with anybody without your consent. That means if somebody want to see this data, they will have to come to portal, they will have to see there, and they will have to connect to there. Now on page, what you want to display, maybe there are certain essential items that you must fill, otherwise people will not able to know anything about you. And there might be something that optional, that if up to you, you want to display that on public portal or not, or you want to privately send. For example, if you done some project with some company, and but because of NDA purpose you cannot say that on the portal, but you can in private, you can provide the reference, then you should do that. But as far as the personal key contact information is concerned, that will be secured. Otherwise also this database is where it is secured, taken care. And because we are a very trusted chamber of commerce who constantly work with the different Japanese agencies, we are supported by government of Japan, including embassy and consulates in India. So we understand the privacy part of it. And so technically, yes, we already took care of it, and we constantly make sure to work on that.
Thank you for explaining this part, because majority of people would have been scared of that, privacy is the main issue, unnecessary calls, spams, or something like that will happen. So they
Completely
may have
understand.
step back from registering. So everyone who has not registered, I would request them to register now.
Sure. I also hope more and more people will register there and will get benefit. One important point which was not asked, but I don't want to miss on that point. It's many times that we get inquiries from businesses, government agencies, and industries. So in such case, what we are going to do? So there will be a unique feature where we will post the requirement, and if the requirement needs specific filters, then we may apply that. Otherwise, that requirement will go to everyone, and it will be open to grab. So you grab it within a time frame and then directly connect with a stakeholder, the one who posted that requirement. So this is also going to be there. So it's not only people coming and searching for you, but maybe in future we will start posting such requirements there. But there is no minimum guarantee or maximum guarantee or anything. This is, once again, this is a platform to facilitate and not we to get involved in it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think Dhanashree want to ask something. Is there?
Not actually, but was thinking like as we are getting this kind of platform, it is really nice initiative. But would like to know, are there any different databases available with the same direction? Or
Because I couldn't find, so I thought we should build this. I don't claim. I know there are, but if you like freelancer.com, there are Japanese translators, right? Upworks.com, there are freelance Japanese translators. Maybe some very specific for the translators also, but there are a translator from everywhere, right?
right? So
And definitely this directory charge you or take a cut of their portion, because it's a business model for them. And again, it's open for worldwide. It's not only for Indians, right? It's not again only for Japanese translators. So, or maybe like, for example, freelancer.com or upwork.com is not even for only translators. So whole sort of a freelancers work there. I mean, from nuclear scientists to translators to graphic designers to everyone, right? So I don't claim there is not there, but those are commercial. We are not. We are going to focus on Indian talent. So that's why we said this is an exclusively comprehensive Indian database. So that's a difference. And right now we are looking at only job aspect, but in future, once we have this connects with this whole lot of people, once we build a relationship with these experts, there are many other possibilities, right? Many of these experts are already in Japan. They have their own issues, they have their own problems, professional problems, or they want to go beyond translation interpretation. Maybe they want to write a book, they want to publish something else, they want to create some kind of a community. There are many other things. So this community effort of bringing all the bilingual expert together may result in more large, some larger cause or goals, not only the job.
Yes, that's correct. And I guess that's how it makes bit different from other directories. Uh, from now, I guess we have covered all the questions from Japanese language perspective. I would like to know the listeners from Zoom itself, that those who wants to ask questions, they can raise their hands and go ahead.
Okay, meanwhile, we get the questions from our listeners, our audience who joined us via Zoom or YouTube. We covered the Japanese language, but what about the Indian language? Like a person know the Japanese language, but uh, person from different state, they must be knowing their mother tongue but not the Hindi language, or sometimes it happens that they don't know the English language, though it's a common language now in India to get connected. So are they also eligible for that? I mean,
As
how
long
they
as
will connect?
they are bilingual expert in Japanese, we don't want, we are not making this directive for a regional language expert. Now if somebody in privately connect them and say that, okay, you know Japanese, you know Tamil, you know Hindi also, but I have a Hindi document for you to translate into Tamil, will you do it? That's out of scope or offline things. We don't mind that. We are not going to restrict anybody, or not, nor we are going to track, nor we are going to track that, right? So it's about Japanese language and any Indian language. So if you claim that you are bilingual in Japanese and Indian language, you are eligible and you should be here. But it's a good question. I mean, that kind of possibilities are also there if you think. So world is very small, as well as possibilities are very big. So anything can happen.
Sure. Uh, okay. So meanwhile, we'll get the questions from our audience. I think they are taking long to get back to us for the questions. So I would turn this conversation a little bit on lighter side. Have you ever faced any complication when you were in Japan for the related to language? I mean, when you visited the Japan, you know the Japanese language at that time.
No,
So
I landed on Narita, and immigration officer thought maybe at another bilingual person coming into Japan for a job or something, or business or whatever. And he started speaking with me in Japanese, and I told him, hold, I don't know the Japanese. So English, please. Probably he did never ask me any question after that, and he said, okay, go inside. So no, I never knew. So that was a first funny incident. Did I face problem? Of course, when you go to the country with a majority of people speaking local language, you face a lot of problem, but it's a fun. Those are, I should not say problem, but those are survival things. And probably I learned Japanese as a survival Japanese. So what you are right now, you were mentioning, how about those people who don't have a certificate? Well, I never went to any Japanese school. I never learned Japanese from as such. I never done any certification. But I'm hiring Japanese as well as Indians, and I'm running a business since 2005. So that's okay. I mean, as long as you can communicate, it's okay. When you need a complicated matter, I have this all expert, and now that we are going to do this directory, I am more confident that I will get better talent with me.
sure. So
I think somebody raised the hand.
yeah.
can directly
Sita
ask.
Lakshmi. Sita Lakshmi. You can directly ask the question. If you would like to drop the question, you are welcome, but you can directly ask the question. Sita Lakshmi, you are on mute if you are saying the question. There's a question on YouTube. Mr. Sanjay is writing that there has to be an Indian language. There has to be an Indian bridging language to enable cross learning. Let me have options for Japanese, Hindi, Telugu, Marathi, Kannada options. I'm not able to understand it perfectly.
So if I understand, maybe if he want to say that he cannot input those other language, I think that should not be a case. You have option to input the other pair, multiple pairs, if Japanese and some other pair, when you fill up the form. But if you're still facing any technical issues, you can just drop us email at info@ijbc.org and we'll look into it. But if you're asking me if can I input like Tamil and Hindi, or Hindi and Telugu or Malayalam, no, we that is not possible. It's always from Japanese to certain language or from certain language to Japanese. So in fact, one of you know the French, you can even include that Japanese to French. That is okay. But Japanese must be there in your pair, because this is for this directory is for that purpose and not for other language pair purpose, as I mentioned. So, but in somebody offline catch up with you on phone or email, and if you both are agreed to that, then that's fine. We don't mind. But on portal, you will not able to enter that way.
I think for the audience, it's very clear that this directory is for a Japanese language specifically. If you know the Japanese language, you can pair it with any other language. It may be a foreign language, it may be an Indian language, it may be a sub-state language.
Right.
So Sita Lakshmi is not able to unmute. Actually, it's my I'm not sure what is the problem. So I would request
just type the question.
Yeah. I would request to type the question here.
Yeah, so I think unfortunately, I'm also unable to unmute from here. So something might have happened there.
There should not be such problem anyway. So please type the question.
Yeah, so people who are not able to, directly come to the question for us, they can type the question. We'll take it from there. Miss Mukta is on YouTube. Actually, there's not a question from her, but she's thankful for the platform we are providing. We are going to launch the Japanese Bilingual Directory, and she's feeling hopeful and motivated. Thank you, Miss Mukta, for dropping the question, thankful note. So there's a question from Sita Lakshmi. I'm from Madurai, Tamil Nadu state. I have completed L3. I am working as a Japanese teacher past 10 years. Is there any age restriction for registering in this portal?
No. No such restriction. No age restriction or as I said, no restriction on which language you need. No restriction even if you don't have certificate. So there is no such restriction particularly.
Sure. So will there be any other session where people would join us and have a detailed knowledge from the experts' mouth directly? Means
I
we
think
are the
IJBC has taken some good interviews, one of them including the Dhanashri, and previously during Konichiwa Pune also we took interview about expert translators and so on. So those are already on our YouTube channel. You can go through and listen to them. Those are exclusive interview. I will definitely recommend you to check with them. And in February, we will be hosting a panel discussion where we'll be inviting again the experts, translator, interpreters, and language agencies to discuss their uh, problems or discuss their experiences or discuss their wish, what they would like to see in translation industry as a whole. So that will be in the first week of February. We will soon announce the date and details. So stay tuned on your mailing list as well as on our IJBC website. And it's good to follow our YouTube channels where you can find out more. Yeah.
So before we close this session, I would request if someone want to drop the question, you are welcome. And Dhanashri, is there any question from your side for Mr. Deshmukh?
No, thank you, Shefali. Thanks for giving me this platform for asking these questions. And I really think that this is really good platform for everyone, including freelancers and including industries who are really searching for new work or new challenges. That will be really helpful for them. Thank you, Mr. Siddharth.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Kavita is saying thank you for a nice session. Indeed, it was a very nice session and it was very informative also because we always announced it through our website that we are making a bilingual directory. But what it is all about, we got to know today. And when it will be launching, we got to know it today. And the detailed information we got. So indeed, it was a very good session, I would say.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's really my pleasure to able to answer all the questions. And I mean, in future also, if anybody have a question, they can drop a email to us. And I will urge everyone to take this chance, register now, and start updating your profile. Send us more tips or ideas how we can make it better, and it will really helpful to us as well. And we hope this initiative will not only bring jobs to you but a lot of exposure. We will time to time bring in experts and invite you to join their sessions so that you can get benefit of their experience and learn from them. So yeah, together let's strengthen the India-Japan relationship. Thank you very much.
There's one more question. Actually, I would say this must be the last question.
Okay.
Can we expect online jobs also?
It all depends upon people who are hiring you in, right? So there are many companies nowadays offering the remote work. So, and especially for the translation industry, it's been always remote mostly because many freelancers work remotely only and online. So I don't think there is any challenge. I think future is all about remote and online.
So I think person get the answer of this question. So it totally depends on the job provider side, whether they want it to be online or the offline. So I would say thank you everyone and for joining us through Zoom and also YouTube channel. It was great to have Dhanashree and Mr. Siddharth Deshmukh over here with the conversation with me. And thank you for joining me and letting us know more about and in a better way the benefit and the use of bilingual directory. So I'll close the session here, and definitely I would love to get the questions over YouTube now, because we'll definitely post the answer over there. It will be great to get the questions to deliver the more about what is the bilingual directory is. So thank you, Mr. Siddharth Deshmukh and Ms. Dhanashree, for joining me and helping us to know better about IJBC Bilingual Directory. And I would also say that don't forget to visit our website www.igbc.org for more details. And also don't forget to subscribe our IJBC official YouTube channel, because there you will get all the exclusive interviews and upcoming and the past ones. And with this, I'll say bye, goodbye, and we'll meet soon with fireside chat, with other events and other lecture sessions. Take care and stay safe and stay healthy. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.